Hello again, this is Mike Graham of Integrated Marketing, bringing you affiliate tips educating beginners and intermediates into the mysteries of affiliate marketing. Something I touched on very briefly at the end of the last video was content cycling. I bring this up again because it's a valuable thing to elaborate on if you have the time and the energy. And obviously when you're setting out, you just want to keep things simple and make either a video or blog posts or podcasts in terms of your content marketing. But as you get a bigger grasp for what's going on and you get a handle on it, then you can seriously consider this business of content cycling, which means that the same piece of content appears in a number of different forms on different platforms. And this is a wonderful way of disseminating your content so that as many people as possible get to see it or hear it. As I say, this is not for the beginner, but more for the intermediates, and it's a point to aim for. So the same piece of content can act as a blog post, as a video, as a podcast, and then be a written article somewhere else. And I don't know, it is quite complex, but it is possible in quite an easy way. And I will tell you about it more in a later video, but I just wanted to plant a seed there that actually, if you're really serious about content marketing, this is a good point to work towards. That, not just confine yourself to one medium, because the more you do disseminate your information, the more people will see it and the better chances you have of picking up people who are interested in your stuff. And obviously quality control comes into it. People, although they respond to having simple things told them in a simple way so that they understand the basics, they also want to sort of have their interest provoked so that they do start thinking a bit big, because we're always thinking about how much we can make out of being an entrepreneur and how rich we can be one day and all that sort of stuff. And to go along with that sort of thinking, you need to have an interest in basically broadening your scope and broadening your appeal and understanding how things work better. As I say, not for the beginner, but more for the intermediate, and really something to look forward to doing further down the line. Obviously, as I've stated before, creating content, good content, and content that resonates with people is the way to go forward. But also at times you do have to rein yourself back and just present the facts as they are so that people who get into your series of emails later on are also able to follow what you're saying, so that going through the initial steps that you have to take as an affiliate marketer is always a necessary part of the process, because that always stays the same. So, it's basically about trying to achieve a balance between keeping things interesting but also keeping them slightly grounded in the basic so that people can start following you from a fairly early stage in business. I think for myself, I'm quite interested in conceptual marketing, where one learns more about just the sheer mechanics of marketing and the psychology involved in it, and about people's desires and drives more intimately so that one can understand them in more detail. Because it's amazing to see we're very often driven by the same sort of things and we don't realize it, and we always think that we're very individual and there are things we wouldn't dare share with other people, but they're precisely the things that we have in common. It's a sort of So it may be, the fear or the anxiety or the reservations that you're feeling are exactly replicated in a lot of other people, yet they wouldn't tell you that they're replicated. And it's important to know that, particularly when you do get onto a sort of slightly higher stage of marketing. And that, we can all sort of relate to certain things because they're very common across human experience. And it's important to remember that all the time you're marketing to people, not to things. So that if you can, in some way, arouse people's feelings as well as interest them in terms of how their minds respond, then that too is worth doing. And obviously in terms of selling people products, it's not going to have quite the same effect as a film with a happy ending after a sad middle, but again, offering people a way out of their current problems is always going to be something that resonates with them. Offering them solutions, but also making clear that these are solutions to problems that you understand people have, because very often the problems we have are replicated time and time across the board, and therefore the solution that is being sought would be replicated time and time across the board. This is a simple process of buying and selling, and getting people to see that product A is what they actually need as opposed to something else, because that is the product that will solve their problem and create a greater degree of happiness and contentment in their lives. Again, there's a certain sort of simplicity that also houses a degree of complexity in all this. But the important thing is to be able to get your messages out there loud and clear, and to have the right people listening to what you are saying so that they can respond and get the products they need, which are the ones that you happen to be selling. But it has to be clear that you are the best solution provider to their problems. Anyway, that's all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. It hasn't been entirely along one track, but I hope it's been useful. And please press below for the free product on exposing the myth, or if you prefer a product about targeted traffic, that's also available there. Give me a like, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.